Hey y'all, it's me again. We're gonna continue with the endgame. I recently just played like a couple of seconds ago a game, um, and it resulted in an endgame, and I wanted to go over it to you. It goes into an example of why it's absolutely important to know your endgame and how to play it. Right now, white is 4 pawns up. Oh, sorry, 5 pawns up. Um, Basically, they have an extra bishop. Um, I mean, things look hectic for black. 2 pawns on either side. He's got one extra pawn, but that's going to be corrected soon. So I take the pawn because he had to stop it from becoming a queen. So White's immediate response should have been rook takes bishop, but he took the bishop with his own bishop, allowing me to take with a pawn. So that's 1 pawn down already. I mean, yes, technically I lost an extra 3 pawns because I sacrificed the bishop for a pawn. So +6. This was another mistake. He was going after the pawn here. Um, this just shows you that the person has box vision because they're not looking at the entire board. They're only seeing this little section down here where he took the bishop. He's not looking. So that's an instant 3 pawns back. He pushes bishop up here to try and block the pawns because the pawns can't advance. But now he has only one square, one colored squared bishop, the white squares. So what do? Make sure all your pieces are on black squares. So he pushes the rook down to go after my pawns. This one's already protected. This one was Hanning, so he pushes the yeah. So he pushes the bishop back. Um, this exposes the intent to attack the bishop. But his intent was if I did that, he would put the rook here, exposing the check and winning my rook. So get my king onto a black square bishop. There's no hope of blocking him by putting him onto white squares. So get all my pieces on a black square bishop, and his bishop is useless. So he pushes his pawn on, and now I go ahead and attack the bishop. He pushes the bishop back, which is fine. No, if I went the other way, this pawn he would have taken. Pawn takes, bishop takes pawn. He pushes the pawn forward, which is good. You don't have to take. So that just means I have some extra work to do. Rook here, attacking the bishop. He noticed, which was good. He defended the bishop. Now, I didn't want his king to advance because if he gets round to my pawns, it means trouble. So, put my rook up there, and his king can no longer advance. His rook has to stay there to protect the bishop. He starts. Basically, that's all he can do is move the bishop king towards my rook. Um, Although if he kept going over, all I was going to do is take this pawn, king forward, and then he made the mistake. He put the rook there thinking I would have to exchange, totally forgetting about the bishop. And it's a check. Pawn takes. As you can see, as I'm saying, no mistakes can be had. It just takes one mistake to lose the entire position, and he's already had two. He puts the rook down for a check. I'm gonna go for now this pawn's only 2 squares from a queen. I'm not worried too much about these. He takes the pawn, which is perfectly fine for me. Rook there. And what he should have done immediately, I think he did, is rook a6, yep, to try and stop the rook. Pawn goes forward, so the rook protects it. Pardon me. He moves the king to stop my king from going forward to attack that pawn. But the only problem is the king's on that row, so it's now a check and I get an extra move. So what he probably should have done is do anything he can, but he's kind of trapped himself. He can't go backwards and he can't go forward. Position is key in the endgame, absolutely key. King takes rook. A rook takes pawn, check. King goes backwards, and there we go. No matter what, this pawn is home. The king can't get to the a1 square in time, and if rook takes, pawn takes. King goes forward in a desperate attempt, and queen. Um, this goes to being important, showing you why it's absolutely important that you know your end game, and of course avoid mistakes like the bishop down there. Like, okay, that was one blunder, but he still could have won. He still had the extra bishop. But knowing the end game, knowing where your king is at the entire time, using your king as a blocker prevents this sort of stuff. Alright, so it's just a quick video. I'm excited. I didn't sleep last night and been up all day, so I'm gonna go cut this short and go get some sleep. Adios.